Hi everyone, Archbishop Logan here with the Ecumenical Order of Christ. Chances are here in the apocalypse, you might have your hands a little full at the moment. I'll try and keep it quick. So, one of the main things that falls into my line of duty as the Archbishop of the North American Archdiocese is Exodus. The Lord commanded people to get out of America. America is Babylon, the harlot, Mystery Babylon of Revelations, and also the book of Daniel, King Nebuchadnezzar's dream, the statue, a lot of mixed parts, feet of iron and clay that don't quite hold together, tend to divide. That's America, that last incarnation of Babylon. Obviously, it's not literally Babylon. It's a hole in the dirt somewhere in Iraq right now. But America is a global empire, influencing all sorts of things, not just through politics, not even just through military. Most of you are probably well aware of America's military arms. I want to focus a little bit more on America at home, life in America. Reasons to stay, reasons to leave. At the moment, the one that's really coming to mind for me with so many recent examples that are fresh in memory, police brutality. Anywhere you go in the world, there's going to be police brutality. At the very minimum, there's going to be some bending of the rules. That's part of the life of being a cop, I suppose. I don't know if it's for the best, but the ones who take it way too far, the ones who forget that they exist to serve and protect the people, the ones who let their demons do the job instead of doing it as men and women. Those you find a lot more often in America. You find that people being raided when they weren't even in the right house, being killed in such raids. You'll find people committing crimes as officers and then further prosecuting their victims to cover their own foul deeds, to cover their own asses, really. Does that happen anywhere else in the world? I'm sure it does, without a doubt. But you put it on a scale, America's kinda heavy on that. Most of the things America does, in fact, most of the world, you can find examples of it elsewhere. It's a screwy place. Welcome to Earth. However, you put it all on a scale, America's looking kinda heavy. In a society where you're reliant, more and more so, people are reliant on the police to protect them, to be the shield. They can't do that anymore. And a lot of it is racially tilted. Sure. I'd say blacks get a lot of the flack for that. From that. Most of your minorities, in fact, get hit pretty hard by the cops. However, it's not just them. I don't want to say I wish it were just a racial issue, but if it were, the numbers would be a little lower. The solution would be a little simpler if it were only race. But it's more than that. It's moral overall. It's systematic. Why do I say it's systematic? Is there some secret mandate going out of cops telling their subordinates to beat the shit out of people? No. What I'm saying is that as I started off with this, there are a lot of good cops. I've even seen reports of cops leaving their position, going against their entire force, standing for what's right when something was clearly out of line, standing for the truth. Yeah, there are good cops. However, the vast majority of just regular, not too good, not too terrible, not especially, mostly good people, well-meaning people, will still stand with the one who's crossing the line. They are taught, or they feel, that to go against a brother in that blue line, to go against a brother would be disloyalty to the force. I challenge that logic. I understand that in any remotely military type unit, and yeah, I say military, a lot of people hate the fact that the police are militarized. They are. It's a result of conflict. In any unit that deals with physical conflict, violence, standing by your brother and being able to rely on the guy next to you or behind you to have your back, to have your life in their hands, you have to have that trust. I get that. But when that guy beside you kills a handcuffed man, assaults a handcuffed suspect, if they even are a suspect, when you hear them in court saying, "I feared for my life," when there was nothing to fear, and you know there was nothing to fear, don't lie to yourself. Soldiers in Afghanistan and Iraq are held to higher standards of determining who is a combatant. So, you don't really have that excuse to play. When you see your brother or sister crossing the line that you swore to defend and you don't defend it from them, you betray your force. You are now complicit. And I said it was systematic. What happens when you go against that conditioning to stand with a traitor? Frankly, that's what it is. When you stand with someone who is betraying your entire force by their actions. Often enough, the rest of the force will turn on you. You'll be a pariah. It's happened numerous times. As a pariah, superiors have to also stand by their people and cast you out, make your life hard, tell you to do the right thing, with a loss of perspective on what exactly that is. So, yeah, it's systematic, because the entire system, whether deliberately or not, it is what it is. It makes the real right move, doing the real right thing, it makes it that much harder. It stacks everything against the one who would defend the innocent. Who can stand for that? That's not just one force, one unit, or one city, one precinct, one patch of jurisdiction. It's across the entire United States. When you find yourself, and I'm speaking to you, police, and I'm speaking to everyone who wants to see you as a protector, as a hero, that a lot of you genuinely wanted to be when you started off. When any of you see this happening right in front of you, right there in America, again and again and again and again and again, yeah, once in a blue moon, maybe it's a fluke, maybe it's not something to really read into too much, but when it's such a common thing, when it's across the states, when entire forces develop well-known reputations for such activity, you have to ask yourself, Where am I? You're in Babylon. So get out. Sooner or later, that sword comes for you. There's no hiding from justice. And I want those of you who genuinely mean well to be on the right side of it. God's about to work. He's been working, but you're about to really see it. So step out of his way. You're in the line of fire. You know what I mean. Get safe. Get to Baja. Take care. Love you all.